sustained historical government investment in education has produced major change in access, but that the biggest challenge of basic education in the Philippines today is quality, particularly in the learning outcomes of our students.
We are in the middle of a radical transformation where technology is moving much faster than the rate of how we are looking at training our children.
Majority of future jobs don't exist.
The world is changing at a pace we could not have imagined 20 years ago.
And we need to have more students to understand the world around them.
Now, here comes the challenge that you will have to face. The challenge of building the educational foundation that will power the minds of the future disruptors, that will change our conventional ways of doing things.
We need to invest in STEM education in order to prepare a next generation for the jobs that don't exist.
This is our chance and this is our time. Because right now, STEM education is something that people have talked a lot about, but it's been talk. And now it's time to take it to action.
What we do in engineering and in science is we are coming up with creative solutions to problems where these solutions are going to make the world a better place. And that's what we're really about, is making the world better.
Well, as you know, the Sustainable Development Goals are 17 goals, 169 targets, and 15 years from its inception. We've only got 10 years left.
STEM education is a key component and a key part of that.
It's the centerpiece, frankly. If you look at the history of humanity, the last 200 years, we have overcome great challenges. We still have great challenges ahead, but the way we solved that was through this here, our brain, and science and technology. In the Philippines alone, you have 27 million students in your K-12 system. You have such youth, such hope, such creativity, that if you are able to transform those people and energize them, then you can make global changes.
We're producing students that are able to see that they're able to use tools to make sense of the world, to solve problems, to critique their reasoning and the reasoning of others. Then those are the types of students that are ready for tomorrow, no matter what it brings.
We need to think of ourselves more as partners in a learning process, because sometimes indeed, especially today, our kids and our students may know more than we do about certain kinds of things. I know I've faced that a number of times.
The objective is to nurture our gifted and talented learners so that they will take courses in sciences, technology, and engineering when they become adults.
So STEM itself, being very focused on the core skills that enable us to have people to create these technologies, is absolutely important foundation for education, therefore.
It is important to invest in digital technologies, but digital technologies cannot substitute for quality education provision.
Sharing the ideas, experiences, knowledge is the most important there.
But the technologies themselves and the people bring these together. So
they can never take the teacher out of the picture.
It's very clear that everyone here feels like STEM does not just expand to science, technology, engineering, and math. STEM is a much more generous concept. It is almost a proxy term for quality education. Sometimes when I think about STEM, you might think of STEM expanding to school to employment.
In fact, in the Forbes survey, you see that the top 4 skills required by employers are social-emotional skills.
Everyone here is a member of the STEM learning ecosystem. And for all of us in the STEM learning ecosystem, I would like to propose the STEM Leadership Alliance as the platform on which we can work together. The STEM Leadership Alliance is a coalition. It's a broad coalition of industry leaders, educators, government, development partners, nonprofit organizations, and corporate foundations committed to help strengthen STEM education in the Philippines. We believe that STEM is critical in preparing today's learners for the work of the future and in nurturing the next generation scientists and innovators who will address societal problems and contribute to our country's economic development.
Globally and locally, these communications are turning into actions. And so I think the first thing about the summit for me is the excitement that is being generated from people actually looking very quickly to do things together.
The cooperation between industry, academia, and the government to create a new human-centered society in which a combination of the digital transformation and the imagination and the creativity of diverse people will make it possible to solve the problems facing society and create new values.
This time, we have the ministers agreeing on our priorities for the next 20 years. We're able to do the second Integrated STEM Leadership Summit in Bangkok.
This is a start because right now we have over 300 attendees at the STEM Leadership Alliance Summit. And what's really exciting about this is that these are now STEM ambassadors.
We cannot do this alone. It is in our collective efforts that we can achieve the greatest impact. Collaboration is in the DNA of Unilab Foundation. So join the STEM Leadership Alliance in developing a STEM literate citizenry.
It takes a community to educate a person in STEM. You are that community.